at Montfort is all of those courses. So you do your undergraduate degree, so you can do your undergraduate degree and then do your finals course and be a solicitor. Or you can do your undergraduate degree, do a master's degree, do a PhD, and then do my job and become an academic. Or you can do undergraduate degree, master's degree, and then qualify and go into an international law firm. So to qualify as a lawyer in Britain, you need an undergraduate degree that our system recognises. You don't need a master's degree.
So our BA is recognized, no sir? We can send, our BA is recognized, no sir?
Our Indian law degree is recognised.
No, our Montfort BA, bachelor's that we were teaching.
If you go back a previous slide, please.
This one.
It can be, students need to make sure they choose the right modules.
Yeah.
Because what we need is what we call a qualifying law degree. So it has to be a degree where you've done certain subjects. So what you can do is BA Law and Economics and not do all of, well, end up doing other option modules and you don't get a qualifying law degree. So the student has got to get a qualifying law degree. If you get one of these guys here, you can then do the finals course and you're then a solicitor in Britain.
Very good, sir.
So if you have any Indian students who are dual citizenship and want to settle in Britain, by all means do one of those degrees, absolutely fine. Otherwise, if they've got an Indian law degree and want to get greater international law experience, they could do this guy here.
Yes, sir.
Then come back to India, or then basically be applying, or then qualify, and then apply to work in an international law firm. Because there's a lot of law firms around the world that will take people. So a friend of mine did his degree at Warwick in Britain, British-born Indian friend, qualified in Britain, and now works for a British company in Singapore.
Oh, very good, sir.
Dealing with international law. So you don't have to sort of come back and live permanently in India. If you've got something like this, qualified as a lawyer, you could be working in an Indian law firm anywhere in the world.
Duration of this role, sir?
Okay, these are 12 months. There isn't an option of an internship yet. However, I'm working on it.
Please.
So when I go back and we're talking about the 1+1 for
Law students.
for global MBA and some of the business courses, don't worry, it's already here. I'm going to see what I can do. I can't make any promises today though. Next slide. So these are also a load of courses which are taught distance learning. So sometimes we get somebody who maybe is in practice as a lawyer and has been practicing for 20, 30 years and is thinking, I'd like to do a master's degree, but I don't want to live in Britain. You can do one of these. These are done by people all over the world. So there's a lot of very specialist ones: food law, international environmental law, human rights, all of these. So these are only taught distance learning. So those are great for people that I've got family, I've got a full-time job, don't want to give any of that up, so I've got to stay living in India. You can do this route instead. Next slide, please. Postgraduate research, PhD, or very, very soon in the next year, DBA as well. So we would need IELTS of 6.5 for a PhD because you'll be writing 60 to 80,000 words. We would like to be able to understand what you've written, please.
Yes.
Next slide, please. If you end up with students whose English isn't that great, then we do have pre-sessional English that starts in mid-August for 5 weeks. So if you've got a student who's done IELTS since 5.5, then the pre-sessional will come out at 6. I think it's about £1,250, but don't quote me on it. But that's something that can cure an IELTS problem. Next slide, please. So course fees. So undergraduates, round about 13,250 up to about 15,500. Postgraduates, 10,250 to about 16,000. But the cyber security is 17,250.
Sir, which is 10,250?
So I ought to change that. Cyber security is 17,250.
Sir, which is 10,250?
That is actually the law conversion course.
Law conversion.
That is the GDL, the Graduate Diploma in Law.
Okay.
So that actually is the cheapest one that we do. That's the only one.
1,250
17,000.
It's for 1 year.
17,250 is what you would pay for the cyber security. Now that is 1 plus 1, so you would pay that fee for the year of the course. Then your internship year, you have to pay, I think it's something like 500 or 600 pounds.
650, sir.
650, there we go. So you don't have to pay 17,250 twice. You only pay it once and then 650 for the internship year. And of course the internship year will be paid. It's difficult to say roughly how much students will get paid for the internship, but it should be round about £15,000. It varies subject to subject. Another common question I get asked is, how much will it cost me to live in Leicester? So Leicester is a lot cheaper than London. So London students may be living a big distance away from the university. Students in India tend to like the idea of London because it's a big city. Fine, by all means go and study and live in London. But it will be far more expensive. You'll be doing a lot more travelling. Or you can come and live somewhere like Leicester, where you're only an hour and 10 minutes by train from London, so you can go and visit friends and relatives. You can go and explore, no problem with any of that. But we reckon about £9,000 for undergraduate students for absolutely everything except partying. So it depends if they're a party animal or not. If students are party animal, then who knows what they're going to end up doing. Or 11,000 for postgraduate students, because they probably spend a bit more money. Scholarships. Okay, needless to say we have scholarships. So as you know, all Indian students are going to get £1,500 scholarship. It's first come, first served. We've still got those at the moment, but if you do have any students that are thinking of applying, I'd recommend that they start to think about applying sooner rather than later. Plus you're going to be doing the paperwork for them as well. So, and then also they're going to need to book their international flight. The sooner they get that booked, the cheaper it's going to be. So other scholarships, so we've got MBA scholarships. These vary, in fact they can be up to £5,000. Our CBS principal scholarships for the master's degrees in business, we've got scholarships of £3,000. Now you'll only get that, all that, you won't get, you can't add all of these together, it would be nice if you could and end up with a free course. But we've also got 3 sports scholarship levels. So it's not 3 sports scholarships in total, it's 3 levels of sports scholarships. So if you have any students that play sports at a competition level, like for the state, so the day I landed, I saw a student who was playing cricket for his state. Now that's playing cricket in India for his state, so he's clearly very good. So I said, I'd apply for one of those if I were you. Not up to me whether or not you get it, but I would strongly recommend you apply. 3 levels, £2,000, £4,000 and £6,000, depending on how good the student is academically and at the sport. And the money is split 50-50 between sport, so kit and training, and also study, because we'll want these people to be representing the university in their sport. We've also got the usual £500 first come, first served, if you pay your fees in one go and not in instalments. So you can have that with any of these. So you could get £2,000, or you could get this and this, this and this. Okay? So finally, we're a really international university. We've got pretty new facilities. We are proud of our buildings, and staff are good at teaching. We've got international recognition for the quality of the teaching, and students tend to get jobs. And everything is close by. So if you come to Montfort, you've got the safety and security of an Indian community, but you can make friends with people from all over the world. And because we're in the centre of England, it's pretty easy to go out and explore.